What is going on, my ninjas? Boruto, Naruto The Next Generations completely blew my expectations out the water. And let me address something about Kawaki versus Boruto. Kawaki, he looks like Naruto in the face to me. It looked like that in the manga, but in the anime, you can really see the resemblance. So is that like a clone of Naruto? Or do you think someone actually was powerful enough to kill Naruto and that's his body and they're using it as like a weird kind of puppet, kind of like how Pain used, well, Nagato used Yahiko's body way back when. Maybe someone's actually inside of Naruto's body, but there's no denying, in the face at least, it looks almost identical to Naruto. So tell me what you guys think about that. And Boruto's Byakugan has been like the thing of speculation and theories for a while, ever since it was shown in the manga, because he has a scar over his eye, kind of symbolizing that he maybe lost an eye in the manga, and we thought that the Byakugan that was in that eye was transplanted from either his mom or Himawari or Hanabi or whatever the theory is. But it's actually confirmed in the very first episode that that is his Byakugan, because we see him awaken it as a kid, although it's not like he's using it. It's like that aura around the Denki kid, whatever his name was. I believe it was Denki. Like that aura triggered his Byakugan. I'm not exactly sure what's up with that. So I think it's safe to say that that Byakugan is Boruto's. He didn't get it from his mom. I mean, you know, genetically, yeah, but it wasn't transplanted from, you know, Hinata or Himawari or anything like that. So maybe they die, maybe they don't in this future where Kawaki supposedly killed Naruto and just destroyed the entire village, because we see the Hokage monument destroyed and they're fighting on it. So some shit goes down apparently. So maybe this series will lead up to that point to kind of try to prevent this. But then again, I know we all actually want to see Boruto fight Kawaki, so this future may actually be played out. Who knows? But immediately, only a few minutes after coming into this episode, I realized that Boruto is way more likable in the anime than he has been in the manga or the movie. Because in the movie, his defining trait, like his characteristic throughout like 70% of the movie was like, oh, I hate my dad. He doesn't have time for me. Fuck this. I'm going to take the easy way out. I mean, that was kind of apparent in this episode too, how he was saying that, you know, he'll ride the train because it's easier than walking, and how he's like, my stupid dad doesn't have time for me. But in this episode, it showed him doing other things, like saving Denki, you know, giving him words of inspiration. Just Boruto's character in this episode was just way more likable. He wasn't whining the whole damn 20-something minutes about how his dad doesn't have time for him. You know, he beat up bullies for this kid. It was just really cool to watch, and this apparently takes place before the Boruto Naruto the movie. I really don't want the anime to go through that content, because we already got the movie, we already got it in the form of the manga. But if they do it in like anime episodes, it'll go way faster than it did in the manga, because, you know, the manga was monthly, or is monthly or whatever. But point is, I like Boruto better in the anime than any other depiction we've gotten him in so far. And Denki, he seems like he's going to be an epic character. His dad is kind of an asshole, but I can kind of understand where he's coming from. But I mean, you don't beat your kid and say, hey, you go out there and be great right now, then you can do what the fuck you want. And that snake that actually bit Denki, do you think that was actually from his father? Because I believe Denki like said something about his dad was like studying ninjutsu or whatever. But I actually thought of Orochimaru at first, because every time I see a snake, I think of Orochimaru, because he has been like the signature snake in the Naruto series. But I don't understand why Orochimaru would want to do something with a young kid. Well, I can't believe I just said that. I mean, look at Sasuke, Tenzo, everyone that he's manipulated as a kid. You know what? It's not even far-fetched anymore now that I really think about it. And it's apparent that this kid's dad has power. Like, I think it was said that his organization is like the biggest organization around. So if Orochimaru was to gain, you know, the trust and the power of the dad's kid, you know, the heir to the throne, so to speak, then he could do all kinds of shit. But I don't know. We really haven't gotten anything from Orochimaru in a while. The only reason I'm thinking about Orochimaru is because, you know, the snake. I have no idea what that's about, and I have no idea why it seems to have a direct connection to Boruto's Byakugan. But Boruto's Byakugan may just it may be there. He may be able to activate it on his own, but maybe this is the first time where he's like seeing like flowing chakra, because we know that the Byakugan can, locate chakra points and everything. So maybe no one's ever like, fired up their chakra around him, and that's why he's having that reaction or whatever. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on with that. Tell me what you guys think down below. And this episode just seems so natural. I'm so glad that this episode didn't introduce everyone like, hey, this is Shikamaru's kid, this is Ino's kid, this is Choji's kid, this is Sasuke's kid, whatever. It was natural. It's like Boruto and Shikadai were talking, like kids. Everyone was natural. It didn't feel forced. It didn't feel like, hey, this is the next Naruto series and you're going to like it, and this is who this character is. They said their names, sure, but it didn't feel forced at all. It really felt smooth. I really am enjoying this series so far. The only thing that sucks is, since we did not get the chapter 700 content in this episode, I doubt we'll ever see chapter 700 fully animated. Although we're getting the chapter 700 content in a way. Like, we see Hokage Naruto, we see Shino, we see all the characters as adults and their kids. Of course, we're going to get that kind of stuff throughout this series, but I actually wanted to see 700 animated, like seeing Hokage walk in the office at the end with all the other Kages. It was epic, because at that moment it was like such a heartwarming moment, because that's when we realized that Naruto finally achieved his dream. And in this, it's like, oh, by the way, Naruto's the Hokage. It just threw it at us. It didn't give us like an epic ceremony or anything. But this anime is apparently about Boruto. But I still think Naruto should have gotten a better Hokage entrance in the anime, if you get what I'm saying. Like, the reveal that Naruto became Hokage in the anime should have been more than him just standing there. Like, I really liked how it was done at 700 when he walked in the room, and like it was like on his face, like, yes, this guy that you grew up with is finally the fucking Hokage. That was epic. But in this episode, it was just like, he was there, with some papers and shit. It wasn't really all that epic. But I mean, he's Hokage still, so I guess it's still a good thing, right? But back to Boruto. Like I said, he is way more likable in this episode, in just this one episode, than he has been in the hour and a half movie. Like, in just 20-something minutes, it made me like him more than in the movie. Because, like I said, he's not just complaining about his dad. He doesn't just feel sorry for himself. He's taking the easy way out in a way. Like, he says it's easier to walk, to take the train than to walk. But he also says we're not staying on the tracks, and he derails the train at the end and makes that epic entrance. And like I said, how he helped out Denki really helped out his character to me. And it's not just him complaining all the time, but he is saying like, oh, my life is about to be less easy now that I'm about to enter the academy. But he's still badass. He took out all those bullies by himself. He could make a few shadow clones already before even joining the academy. He's a pretty epic kid, and I really like how this is going versus how we were introduced to him in the Boruto movie. And in this anime, it seems like Boruto, he basically says, what's so great about being a ninja? Screw being a ninja or whatever. But it seems like he's saying that because it's like at the end of this episode, he stated that I'm not going to be like my dad. I don't have to follow in his footsteps. I want to find my own path. And that is way more admirable than in the movie, when he was just like, you know what, my dad was a ninja. His era was so lame. His time is over and whatnot, so I don't need to be like that. It's way better in the anime, in my opinion, like him trying to find his own path versus him not wanting to be a ninja just because he thinks that his dad's era was uncool or whatever. He still says stuff like lame and uncool and stuff like that. But this Boruto, I think this Boruto's character growth and character development is going to be way better than what we got in the movie. I mean, the movie was awesome, don't get me wrong. I'm not bashing the movie at all. Like, I love how Boruto winds up at the end of the movie, because for most of the movie, I was like, Boruto, shut the fuck up. Like, you have no idea what your dad went through to get to where he is, to make this village what it is. And then when he finally realized that, that's when I actually started to like Boruto. But in this episode, he's kind of like that. Like I said, he's like, screw my dad or whatever. But he's way more likable. Like, seeing him jump in that train and save everyone, it was really a really refreshing view on Boruto. Like, I thought I was going to spend like the first season or two of this anime just hating this guy. Not literally hating him, but like just be like, oh, shut up already. We get it. You don't like your dad. You're a brat, whatever. But in this episode, he's actually like, this was a great start. I like Denki's character. I really hope he develops some awesome ninjutsu. And he said something about like combining it with like machinery and science or something like that. So do you think that that weird arm ninjutsu thing from the manga and the movie will make an appearance in here? Maybe not through, I think his name was Takatsuki or whatever the fuck his name was in the movie. You know, the guy that gave Boruto the fucking hacking ass ninjutsu wristband. Do you think he'll be in here, or do you think Denki's dad will actually be the one to introduce that in the series? So tell me what you guys think. It's obvious that the anime is going to go a different route than the manga, and the anime is going to surpass, like, past the manga in no time, especially if this comes out weekly and the manga comes out monthly. And we just got out of, you know, the Naruto, the movie, Boruto, Naruto, the movie content in the manga, so it's not going to take long for the anime to go this way and the manga to go this way. I'm really feeling the anime more. I'm not going to lie. It was a really good episode in my opinion. I'm not just saying this because I'm hyped because we're getting the Boruto anime finally. It was just a really well done episode. The animation looked great. Like, Boruto's character is way more likable. The characters just seem natural. It doesn't feel like they're trying to force all these new things upon us. It was just really cool and really fluid, and I liked it. Tell me what you guys think down below. This has been jbDAuchiha. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.